Last night I watched The Voice of Hind Rajab, and at the end of the film, as the credits rolled up, there was this deep and heavy silence in the hall. It was a full hall. In this silence, it expressed a sort of shared lament at the tragedy that we had just witnessed and the sense of the terrible suffering that we humans sometimes bring upon each other. And I went to watch this film, and I watched the whole film without any hatred in my heart towards any people, towards any Israelis. I have friends in Israel, and whenever I hear of conflicts from that region, I think of them too and their children. Ordinary people are very much a hostage of the powers around them. This little girl's desperation to live, to survive that, tanks having fired at her car and all her aunts and cousins around her in that car dead. Even at 6, there was a great resilience. She keeps asking the adults on the other side of the line, come and get me. Please come and get me. It wasn't a breakdown, of crying or confusion or fear. It was a very clear, come and get me. I want to get out. Then they are asking her about the others in the car, and she begins by saying, yes, so and so is there. She's sleeping. And then, as the people on the emergency line are just trying to keep her talking and organize, see if they can get an ambulance there, she gives up that facade and she tells them, they are dead. My family is dead. Get me out of here. And then she seems to have been injured herself in the attack. As it goes on, at one point she says, come and get me, I'm dying. The absolute clarity and the desire to just live. It's this very human quality that caught my heart. It made me think again, as I have many times, of how lucky we were that our leaders at the time of our freedom struggle, they were insistent that the situation in India and among her people should not dissolve into one of civil war. And great statesmen that have emerged, in the last century, who have spoken for peace and who have led non-violent movements, like Martin Luther King. They've spoken of how violence only leads to a never-ending cycle of retaliatory violence. Martin Luther King called it an endless night of chaos and brutality. It made me think of the horrible parading of those women in Manipur, the bombing of the school in Iran. That if, like me, you're concerned about where the world is, what we need to do is to first understand truly what the message of peace is, not in terms of a conclusion. Everybody wants to reach the objective of living in peace and harmony. But what mass movements that have been non-violent have taught us is that peace is a process. It's a condition. It's terms according to which you live, and not simply a prize that you obtain at the end of a struggle. And in fact, if you don't understand peace in those terms as a practice that you have to inculcate in your society from moment to moment of its existence, then you never reach that cherished peace. And communism and liberalism both failed to incorporate a true understanding of the need for peace and the means for peace. And this is why I do the work that I do. The idea is to sit with the audience, who are really my people and my community, my very fraught community at this point, and reflect on what is a politics of peace, and how do you achieve it, and why is it important? So I do this using the medium of music and dance and theater acting. So if like me you're worried about all of these things, then come for my two shows which are scheduled for the 14th of August and the 25th of September. Both will be at LTG Theatre in New Delhi. That if we all uh, focus our minds on not allowing our societies to go to a point where Hind Rajab found herself. The name tugs my heart, Hind. I think that, if we can do that, then we would be using our time and our energy for something good. And surely something good will come out of it. And if nothing else, you will certainly be transported by the beautiful music and singing and dancing and the profound thoughts of these great leaders who have redeemed the world, given proof of their message in the results that they produced. So come 14th of August and 25th of September at LTG Theatre. More details to follow. Please click follow.